Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about D-Class, the least popular, the most ignored class in all of Forza Horizon 5 and Forza Horizon 4 and all of Forza games and most of racing games altogether. We all know that the lower classes do get the least love from the community. And I think it's quite a bit of a shame, you know. Reasons for it are understood. I mean, the cars in lower class are usually not your fancy supercars, not hypercars. It's more smaller or older or both vehicles that are not as attractive to most players. And the speeds as well are not high to be exciting. They are usually the speeds that are achievable easily on your regular family vehicles. So you kind of can understand why there's no hype surrounding it. But the thing is, speeds in particular are a very relative thing. It doesn't matter what the actual speed is in absolute terms. It always matters what the speeds are relative to each other between participants of the race. That's why sometimes racing on go-karts with your friends is more exciting than watching infinitely faster Formula 1 race, or attending your local Mazda club race is more interesting than going to GT Masters. You know, this same applies to D-Class. It only takes about a couple of minutes really to get over the initial, ooh, this car takes a week to get to 100 km per hour, I don't want to drive it. Once that initial shock is gone, the rest of the racing, whether it is versus other cars, other players, or in rivals like I'm doing right here on the screen, becomes just racing. It's also a great tool for anyone who is learning to drive faster, because lower speeds allow you more time to react and provide more opportunity to course correct if you do mistakes. So D-Class is actually great. And it's also surprisingly similar to all other classes in terms of what Forza has to offer. There is a huge variety in what cars are available in D-Class. You have your meme cars, you have regular cars like the Golf 92 I'm driving right here, you have the power builds like one I'm racing against right now, and anything in between. The cars can be tuned, the cars can be built, and they handle completely differently, just like your A-Class or S1 class counterparts. They are a lot of fun. But if you look at the rivals, A-Class leaderboard would usually be over 1 million people for road class. But if you look at the same track for D-Class, that's gonna be under 100,000. Most are under 50,000 participants. I mean, even cheaters seem to stay away from most of D-Class leaderboards. But less people also means less competition, and it's much easier to get pretty high up on the leaderboards in D-Class than in any other. I mean, getting into top 1000 in S1 class or A-Class is actually quite a bit of work. Getting into top 1000 in D-Class on almost any track is very easy. Now, speaking about leaderboards, a lot of them are absolutely dominated by power builds in D-Class, but as long as you're not looking for the world record, it doesn't even matter what you drive. You can choose the car you like most, regardless of whether it's a power build, handling build, or just a meme car. It will perform reasonably well against most of the competition. Power builds in D-Class do deserve a special mention. I mean, it's crazy that within D500 you can have 1500 horsepower monsters which go really fast, sometimes in excess of 300 kilometers per hour. So it is crazy, but they are even more pain to drive than in any other class. You see, power builds are difficult to drive by definition. They require proper throttle control, they require you to understand what you're doing at all times, and they require quite precise driving. In D-Class this is further complicated by the fact that most tire compounds are not available as an upgrade because they throw you outside of the D-Class right away. But they are still viable options and they are still fun to drive. However, things like this Peel Trident are also huge fun to drive. So here I am on HMC versus a power build in this meme car, and I have to tell you, this session was a huge fun for me. Now, Peels are difficult to drive as well. They are three-wheel cars, so you really need to be careful not to throw one into the corner too hard and make it roll on the side, and also overall handling or turning on power is not the strongest suit. However, they can pack some stupid power upgrades as well. So in an essence, this three-wheel little thingy I'm driving is also a power build if you can qualify a car with 93 horsepower as one. But it's currently successfully running against a car with 1750 horsepower in it, all within D-Class, for a better time on Horizon Mexico circuit, and it looks like it's working. So you can see, enjoying D-Class is not very hard at all. I personally just really like to change the pace every now and then, break out of the A-Class and jump into something much slower while still enjoying the same pleasure of running for a good lap time or against my friends. So it's really upsetting that D-Class is not available as Horizon Open Custom Racing. Now I understand why you wouldn't want to throw them into the general mix where people don't know what to expect right now and next. You can imagine the outcry from the players who found them suddenly jumping from S2 class into D class. But why it is not an option for the Horizon Open Customs is not very clear. I mean, even if there is not enough players to keep lobbies busy all the time, why not leave it as an option for us to join in a convoy? I think that would be quite cool. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you like to race in slower classes, or is it only S2 or X class and nothing else? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.